Hello. I'm Jim, and I've gone mad with power. I have suddenly decided to stream today. It's Sunday. This is not normally when I stream this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I've decided I can't wait until Wednesday. It's happening now. Hi. I've gone mad with a very moderate amount of power involved in being able to set up a stream. Anyway, I figured, I just kind of felt the need to do it. Also, I was reminded it's a longer weekend for folks in the U.S. So I'm like, well, a lot of the things that I associate with doing on Mondays are probably not going to be happening on Mondays and on this Monday. So I can kind of do stuff. That's not a very solid justification, I realize, but we're doing this anyway. Hi. Because we have to finish the monorail. Don't you understand? It's just hanging there in space. It needs to be done. Done, I tell you. It's important. It's very important. How will people get from place to place? How will that neighborhood be kept up late at night? By this loud thing going through it. I actually have remembered something also about that neighborhood in particular that I will get to in a second. Is your highway connection a huge traffic jam? Add a roundabout right after it, with roads leading straight to the most popular destinations. The city is slow to load today. Was there an update? I didn't buy anything new. I mostly just sort of looked at some things and was like, I would like more of these, but I did not get them, for I must do things. I must do things. I have discovered some things also, but we will get to that. Also, see this delightful area out here? We're gonna do a thing with it. I figured out what I want to do with this area over here on the other side. I'm not putting a neighborhood up there. I'm putting a park over there. And so we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Thought about putting a park down here, but we'll see what happens as we do things. I've been looking at a few videos on parks. I haven't delved as deeply into them as I would like yet, but we shall see. Also, I found out about something as I was looking at videos. Let's see, free camera mode, cinematic camera. I have heard about the cinematic camera. I'm going to test it out. Ooh! Look. It is glorious. This is the city in the rain. As portrayed cinematically. People coming and going from the subway. Apparently things are happening. Wait, what's happening? This is cool. This is very cool. What's happening? The things started up again when I clicked on that. Our beautiful most attractive city award. We keep winning that. That's good. That's good. It's a good sign. All right. So I've had a thought about this area. I'm actually going to rezone some of it because, well, and I realized that why are you doing this when the demand is different? Well, it might help to have a bit of a buffer between the monorail and these houses. So I'm going to line this with businesses, low-density businesses, instead of what is there. so that we might make that easier on some folks. Yes, I'm solving it by eviction. Isn't that delightful? Yeah, it's delightful. So this whole area, I can just kind of do like that, and that will hopefully make it just a tad easier. I'm sure the people living here will appreciate being evicted, but still, that way it's like we're not encroaching on your particular house. Well, we are. We're evicting you, but God, is that not magnanimous of me? And now you have places to shop. Isn't it glorious? Consume! Consume! Okay. That was already commercial. Guess what? You're going to have neighbors. So I'm going to have a bunch of failing businesses over here. This whole line of them. Because I got to figure out... I got to figure out where I want to continue building the track. So that's going to be a thing. So let's go ahead and get this bit going at least. It's the sound of progress. As they all suddenly receive notices. How terrible a person am I? How terrible. Fairly. Alright. Okay, so we've got it for that at least, and then we'll work out the rest. But in any case, as we sort of see kind of where we want to throw things down here, let me go ahead and look this over. So right now, up this way, I did have a thing I was curious about. Because we have this track running up and around this way. Strangely. You could just delete this and have the track run straight. Is that not what you want? It is a good question, isn't it? I'm just accommodating a thing that may or may not need to be there. What do I have happening right now? I've got those out there. I want, I mean, I do have a specific use for this, in fact. Because I want people to be able to get... I'm gonna install a thing shortly. Yes, that makes sense. Hi, how's it going? I'm figuring out some stuff ahead of time. So for that purpose, I'm actually going to, while we're in the zoning, in zoning land, let me check. Cable cars. I'm going to do a thing where I can basically put a cable car, an end-of-line stop down here, and then I'm going to have the other end of it up here somewhere. And then we're going to have a park over here, up and down the mountain. And I think that'll be cool. I suspect that will be cool. Because I'm going to put, actually, I'm going to have a little road coming off here. I'm going to put the entrance to the park here. And so it's going to be as a wilderness park, basically, that we're gonna make over here. But that's not right now. That's later. First I gotta finish this monorail. I'm gonna de-zone just this area, just right over here, so that I can then plonk down what I need to plonk down. I can perform a sufficient amount of plonking to do what I gotta do there. and we'll. I think that'll be enough. I can have houses here. I think if we're doing this right. I have no idea how I'm doing this. We'll see. Yeah, good. I had wondered for a moment if I want to actually try to redo things so that I can move. I can have people just go directly from here up into the park as well, but it's a strange. I don't know. I don't know. We'll dive off that bridge when we come to it. We won't do that just yet. So, stuff. Yeah, I was looking at the stuff with parks. I wanna learn more. I think before I go nuts with it and like try to build an amusement park or anything. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. What is next? Monorail. Okay. So, I gotta figure out how I want this monorail to go. Where I want it to go. We need transport to... Yeah, I think we could have a stop over here. Hopefully that will not jam up traffic. I don't think it will, because that's kind of the point. But if we put a stop over here that runs adjacent to this street, I can actually break the monorail out of where it was. I could actually do it from here. From this stop, I can actually move it around this way and up and through and have a stop over here. And people can get out here and they can go up that way or around that way. So that's one thing we can do with it. I gotta figure out how much I want to do here. And how I want to... How do we wish to bend it? Because right now we've got a monorail. We've got also it going this direction. And this is all still one line. And it's all taking care of stuff on this side. And then we have a secondary line heading out here that I think is probably going to break out and head up across the river and over here. And this is a 6-lane road, so I don't think that can actually have monorail tracks on it. It cannot. Probably not without mods, anyway. But what I'm going to do then is probably run it alongside alongside this, and have it break in somewhere around here. Probably, let's see. Which part of this infrastructure do I want to destroy? Do I want to get rid of these bicycle paths along here? I mean, I could. Just have it run along the bottom here. That kind of makes sense to me. Let me see how we're zoning all of this. Down here is residential. Up here is commercial and is where I have the bus lane. Could split the difference. Sort of spin things around and shoot up through the middle if I desperately wanted to do that. Have something in like the center of everything. Knock over a few buildings. They won't care. It's fine. Drive this up this way. So that's another possibility. Or I mean, you know, I can have them come in along this street if I really want to. So many possibilities. So many. Let me see what transit is looking like. Actually, not... yeah, it's traffic. Where are the public routes here? Because mostly I just want to make sure it doesn't interfere with the stuff I've got going on in this river. Which doesn't look like it does. So that's good. So we've got stops here. You're going to come out this way. I could have it turn and head across this bridge, possibly, and give that a try anyway. And maybe either meet up with itself over here, or, I mean, we've got this whole other area now that we need to get to. We gotta kind of figure out how we want to handle it. There's gonna be several routes, I think. There's so much! Look at all of this sprawl we have happening here. Oh my god. That is a child health center. Okay. I was like, that's an incongruous building. Oh, okay. And so, like, we can, yeah, I think we can work something out where we've got something going up through and, going around. There's some possibilities here. I gotta figure out if I want to run anything this way. Which, I mean, these neighborhoods won't be that happy about the noise. Kind of inherent in that. Kind of want to keep that community so that it can be quiet if it needs to. Kind of the same with that. So, like, I want something nearby, but not like right in the heart of it. So we can have it coming out through here. Maybe something, if I end up shooting it up this way, maybe I can, yeah, maybe I can do a thing where it's like we have a station somewhere that goes where you can go either to farmland or over here, and then maybe something will pull in and do that, and then possibly meet with itself. Okay. That's good. Alright. So I have a thing come up here so people can get in here. Yeah, there are going to be a few different lines. Alright, alright. I'm getting lost in the weeds here. Gotta figure out which route I want to play with. I'm going to play with the outside routes first. I think that's going to be... That's probably going to be smartest. So I'm going to go from here. We're going to break out. And head around this way. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. So, let me see if I can extend this this track here. If that's cable cars, we'll do that later. Metro, train, ship, air transport, monorail. Here we go. Monorail tracks. Okay. There is so much track to build. Also, let me check something. Toggle snapping. Hey. That looks like a thing that might come in handy to be able to toggle on and off. Right now, everything is snapping to everything. But if I undo that, what happens? Does chaos reign? It does! Glorious chaos! I'm gonna keep snapping for right now. But that may be too much power to give me. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that much power. Also, yeah, I actually need that to be more angled. So we're gonna do coibs. I want it to yeah. showing me numbers. Would that... Actually, it was a little bit better the first time. There. Yeah, that's looking better. Yeah, now is when I switch to this. Alright. Hey, Mole. How close to the road do we really want this? It's gotta be close enough that I can come back up to it here. Yeah, let me actually, before I build off of that, let us do this. Monorail Station. I'm going to try plonking it down right there. What is that? That is a bus depot. Okay. So I'm going to plonk it down closer to... That is a bus depot. That is the Elm residence. So I'm going to plonk it down so that hopefully the elms are not going to be too much within the sound of this. Let me actually put it at the right one here. Here we go. There. So about there, which is probably... It's probably too... I'm probably going to need to move that because I need to be able to break out of that. So, yes, let me actually adjust. I need it to be more in the middle here. Yeah. Okay. Monorail right across the street from this park. Hopefully should not affect traffic too much because it's going to be all pedestrians. Ah yes, I've been reminded of something. You know, something I forgot is that there are lights on this street and crosswalks. You know what that means? I can just throw a path down. And this I'm going to turn everything off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. We're going to destroy this tiny house. Look at that. You can just walk there now. Is that not amazing? And in fact cross the street. I somehow the fact of these things eluded me. Now, the thing that does concern me, I guess people cannot walk along the roundabouts. Which, to an extent, makes me sad, because I was thinking about putting park space inside of the circles. which means that I would have to construct bridges that take you into the circles, and that's its own deal. Or tunnels. I could have tunnels that let you get into the roundabout. We'll play with that later. That's going to be a strange other thing. Just have a station that drops you off in the middle of the roundabout and then you can't get out. All right. But enough of that, more monorail. Okay. We turn snapping back on so they don't hit the roads. So the idea, methinks, shall be that we're going to run running parallel here. They're so happy about that. They're not happy about that at all. Okay. Okay, alright. Alright. Let me try something else. It's probably not gonna... No, we'll see. We'll see if the laws of physics hold here. Okay, well, fewer unhappy people. There. So they come around, they go in there. Not happy about it. Here, have some trees. There! You don't have to worry about that unsightly monorail. As you're trying to take a dip in your pool. Instead, now you can worry about beach leaves. Congratulations! There. Okay. So this goes up here. People get out. They go to the park across the street. The lungs of the city. They visit the city's lungs. I'm still slightly concerned about this road being the way it is, but, you know. As being kind of a bottleneck for people trying to get in and out here. Traffic-wise. But we shall see. It's a commercial district, and people are going to have trouble getting in and out. That's the only problem. And the thing is, I have to destroy the road and then deal with the ramifications of a reroute of the bus system as a result. It might be time to deal with that, though, thinking about it. They're not getting enough educated workers, for one thing. But, I mean, the pipeline's going to be working. The education pipeline's going to be working. Just have to get things going. Alright, so... the thing being, they can get out here, they can visit the lungs of the city. We need a place where they can get... that gets them sort of to this neighborhood, but it needs to be done in a way that isn't going to... minimum number of disturbances, essentially. I could run it along this road for a little while and then move inward, perhaps? The houses start up here. So what I could do... there are a few different things we could do. Depends on how deep into farmland we want to go, if we want to do that. Do we want a road that leads directly to this university? We could do that. We can have a... yeah, we can have it go through and up and to this university and then come along here. We could do that. I gotta figure out how I want to handle this. Let's start building toward the other end and sort of see what it looks like. Outward in. Okay. So this side, I'm going to move up in this direction. I'm playing a giant game of Jenga with it. What the hell? Winter Market! I forgot I put that there. Are there people out doing Winter Market stuff in the rain? There are. Awesome. Is that what I wanted? No. This, sadly, is what I wanted to look at. Huh. How is our traffic doing? Not great over here. Not great over here. That's becoming kind of a choke point. I would assume this is becoming a little bit of a choke point. I mean, this is pretty red. Like, Let me take a look. How are we doing? Yeah, there's a backup on this bridge. We'll see what we can do. What was the other one? Up here? Back up on... yeah, back up over here. On this bridge. It's the bridges that are having trouble getting in at these intersections. It is a good question. Use this walkway. Like there are some people living near this, but perhaps not enough to help it economically. Hotel Beacon, not enough customers. Not operating. Seaside Refreshments is not operating. Club Shopping is not operating. Yeah, we're trying to bring more people in. It's this weird residential balance we're trying to figure out. There's a whole neighborhood over here, but if I just build a road directly, that too is going to get choked up, probably. I'm going to give them different avenues into it. Just do this thing where I, like, see, the trouble is if I connect this up, then that's going to create all manner of traffic problems and bleed out onto the roundabout. We can't have that. So there are things to consider. Like form a bridge in or something. I don't know. We'll think about it. Maybe I can put a little street down here and put more people on it or something. To sacrifice to consumerism. I'm not sure. Alright. There is something of a demand for housing, but I'm kind of mostly focusing on having them out here, so that's really what we're doing right now. We'll get there. Let's see. Right. Yes, over here. This is where we were figuring it out. So I want to go across the river. Yay, distraction! I want to go across the river and have it roll up through here, and then we will figure out sort of how we want to do that. And if we want to split off and roll this way too or not. On the one hand, I think it would be helpful. On the other hand, I think they would hate the noise. so it's hard to say. Right now, these are ordinary streets. I'm not using them for anything else. So I guess we can see. We kind of need to connect these things up, these places up. Alright. Roll up and like through here, maybe. That doesn't seem too bad. This comes up, hits there, and so we can have it connect sort of through there. Alright. Meanwhile, this goes I don't know where. But I expect it's probably gonna either connect with this line or oh, that's right, it's coming up this way. Alright. How shall we proceed? Yeah, alright. This is going to get a little weird. Let me see if this works. Alright, here we go. Building out. So what we're going to do, I think, we're going to build out, yeah, okay, figuring it out. Just gotta figure out what we're attaching it to, right? Okay. So, 4-lane road. Yeah, aesthetically this is it's one of those things. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. You actually see where the end of this is. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're gonna have to make it look weird to make this work. Interesting. Well, let me look at this. Let me turn this back into what it was. Okay. They're so happy about it. Oh yeah, that looks safe. That doesn't look like that's going to be a problem at all. Okay. So they roll through here. And they're going to turn this way. And the station will be over here. I think I'm going to replace these office blocks with the next monorail station. Which I shall do now. They're so happy. They're so pleased. Oh, crap. Taxi stand. Alright. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it. We have to move it away from the taxi stand. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. We may end up having to move that. Alright. But yes. Okay. Yeah, there's a thing, isn't there? Yes. Hmm. Must connect. Road. Alright. Let's do it this way. There! Happy now? They're not happy now. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't think it's gonna. We'll figure it out. Yeah, it's that taxi stand. I can't invade the taxi stand. Alright. Well, we're moving you. Oh, you think you're happy now? Just wait. Okay, yeah, I can't go over the taxi stand because then it will cause issues, so I gotta move. This is, So you're moving right through this neighborhood, and yet. Alright. You gotta be careful though, because that is what? That is a, oh, it's just a law firm and a game studio. That'll be fine. They're fine. Okay. Let me actually look at the noise map real quick and see what we're looking at. Yeah, I'm putting the noisy things kind of together, so that hopefully will help somewhat. Let's try that again. Can I turn off the view of the zones for a moment? Is that a thing? It's probably a thing. I just don't know how to get at it. Let's go ahead and we'll do this. Yeah, so your choices are to, yeah. My choices are not choices. Yeah, the slope will be too steep if I build it like that. Interesting though that is. I'm having thoughts. You know, he says, looking at all of this, if, well, let me look at this. Because the option here is to, like, upgrade this, right, this next bit, and then we try to do the same thing. And the road is already occupied by itself somehow, and then it gets weird. We want a place where people can get off of here. Okay, there we go. That's what we needed. Can I, like, hack away some of this so the rest of it survives? Is that a thing? Is that a thing we do? It is. Okay. Because the thing I'm thinking is that this will continue up through... Well... We've made a mistake. Yes, we have. Alright. There. Because I'm realizing that we still will probably need this if we want to just use that and turn right on it. If that's what we're going to end up doing. Which I think it might be. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just keep doing this then. Okay. Now we gotta build back over here. There. And back we go. And it'll keep doing that. Okay, let me restructure that. Office zones. And we take those away because we don't want anything right next to it. And that's fine. We have these tiny office buildings, like the business planning company. What do they do? Do they plan business? Is that what they do? I mean, that's what I would expect. Okay. So this comes up and through. The strange idea that I suddenly had was just have it going through the sky, since we don't really have it stopping anywhere right through here. People in these neighborhoods would have to run up and catch it that way. But that was sort of the thing I was thinking is, like, why not have Oh, they might need a road. They might need a road here. I suddenly am real. Well, we'll put that back. It'll take us a second. We'll put it back. That's probably a good idea for them to have a road. Elevation step. Oh, okay. I need to pay attention to that. There. You got your road back. And I don't know, would it make sense to have yet another stop down here? Do people want to actually hop off and ride all the way up here? Will that just generate more noise that they do not need? It might. It very well might. Also, there might not be enough space for them to do this. However, well, let's see. If we assume for them, yeah, I could build it here. It'll be loud, but I can build it here. I mean, you know, we're being loud already, so we may as well. They're so happy about that. You have a freaking utopia. You gotta get this done. Alright. Can we not split off? Split off like that, apparently. So that you can get in there. And back on. There we go. Good. Here, let me de-zone that so that you don't have to worry about buildings suddenly cropping up there. I'll protect this one too. There you go. Okay. So that helps, then that way they can sort of dive in and go wherever they need to go. Let's see. This is a weird looking city now. So if anyone needs to get to the geothermal power plant, they're right there. Or the Robotics Institute. Or Plaza. The university is right over there. Alright, cool, cool. Alright. So, we're going to have a line coming through here. That should help us at least a little bit. Yeah, they're starting to reorient themselves down here. Yeah, businesses in and of themselves also will generate some noise, so it's a thing to kind of look out for. But in any case, let's see, what else do we have happening? So we want to build this so that there's a line through. We want people to be able to, who live here, to be able to get on and off. You want people who live down here to be able to get on and off. We have this line coming out here, which I have to make a decision about. Do I want people to be able to just get directly from point A to point B? I mean, you kind of do. You kind of do. Alright. Alright. I can see there's some interesting possibilities here. I'm going to redo this one first. 4-lane. This was 6-lane. This is going to become a 4-lane pretty soon. It's the only problem. Well, let me see. This is a 4-lane bridge. I can see us doing some things here. Okay. Alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. I guess we could widen this road, actually, to 6 lanes if we want it to have less traffic, but that, of course, means we're going to have to not run a line along it. Not run that there. So we shall have to improvise. Alright. Let's see. If we're gonna come up, we had a few different ideas we had for this, right? We wanted to be able to run through the city and have it come out, right? There's a university right there. There's a transport tower right there. Medical laboratory, intelligence agency. There's some things we wanted to just sort of make it so that they could get direct access to what they need. But we're not sure yet how that's going to look. Okay. Our thought was that there was going to be a station here, right? Okay. So. Wait a minute. So we're going to put a station here. Yeah, maybe I should just plonk some stations down, and that will help me visualize what I want to have happening here. Perhaps that is the way of things. Yeah. They're going to be so happy. I can tell, I can feel the warmth already. That's going to be interesting. Just given the things we're thinking about here. And there's one at that end. I think that should be okay. I was thinking we'd put one like right up there. Or like across the street from the university. I don't know. We want it to be able to get at the university. But also we don't want it to run into the university. Which is where the problem lies. But that's a future me problem. Let's see, so we have that. And like they come through and things are weird. Is there anything anywhere I could put it where it doesn't have to go through a building? I think that's kind of important. Is there a way I can build it so that it is higher up and people can... No, probably not. Unless you want to build a road into the air. And actually, even there, that's going to be weird. You gotta put it on land, sir. Alright. Well... yeah, it's a question of, you know, how much access to a monorail do you want to give the people of Mill Park? How much? And I don't want it running through the street like that. But at the same time... Let's see. So much to figure out. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to go into farmland with the monorail too much. There's only so much we should do with this. What do we have up here? We've got some, yeah, we've got a business district up here, so there's like, with not a lot to support it yet, so, I mean, we should probably, like, I guess they're doing okay. There are jobs available, so we want to make it so this will work for them. We'd end up sort of plonking another station around here somewhere. And you go from there. Yes, yes. Okay. I'm going to start to forget where I've put the stations, so before that happens, I need to I need to build more track. That could be an issue. People here need water? What? Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Alright. One little house in the gap there. Okay. So that was kind of what I was trying to figure out. So I'm going to have things go... I guess we're going to have it go through here, and I'm going to put somewhere a... That's another university. I guess I'm keying it kind of to the universities, which is not bad. Just got to figure out where I want to put a station over here and have things meet up somewhere. Yeah, I can see it. I think I can see what we want to do here. Alright. Yes. Okay. A plan is forming. We have a zoo, for goodness sake. And a panda sanctuary. We're going to bring more people to it. They'll be so happy. Alright. So, like, we're going to bring that in this way, and so people can get off of it if they're over here. We're going to put a monorail station in the Amity district. And I think probably the north end of it. It's a high school. Yeah, we're going to put one near that high school. And that library. Putting it like right, yeah, we're gonna have to do it like that. I think that's gonna be the easiest way to handle it. They'll love it! Love it! Okay. They will not love it. But, you know, progress. So much progress! I mean, also, these places cause noise already anyway, so... Here we go. Let us build track. No! We'll figure that out later. Is this where we wanted it? I guess it might be. Okay. Let's go ahead and connect these up. So much monorail. Okay. Our eternal quest to make our citizens miserable. I am adding in more stuff for them to get from place to place. It's a terrible devil's bargain. Do you want to get from place to place? Then here, enjoy your noise. I have to decide if I want this to be a monorail type road or if I want to run it alongside it. I mean, there's nobody here yet, so it's not going to be that big a deal to make it one, I suppose. All right. And then we connect up with this and then go where? That is the question. Because we've got this down here. It's going to meet up with that up there. We're so close. And I just have to decide if I want it to supplant this or if we're just make everyone unhappy. Or if we're going to do this a different way. I can't imagine. Alright, I've got the compromise. I think I've got the compromise. Although, yeah, it's going to get weird physics-wise if I do this the way that I'm thinking of doing it. Because it involves moving stuff around on the inside here when I want people close to this to be able to reach it. Shall we experiment? We could experiment. I don't know. Like, I could build this here, but I don't think I could actually build a track going to it. I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna save the game before I do this. Before I start toying with everyone's lives. So that we can be certain of what it is we are doing. Because, I mean, if we have a monorail track that's, you know, right next to this riding stable, for example, that's a thing we could do. But at what cost? Would it be possible to build over the stable, or would I have to build through the stable in order to get track in there? And that's really the question. Hence saving the game. So let's try it. Everyone will be so happy about... Okay. I do not know. But now is the time to find out. Alright. So first off, you go there. That's the simple part. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Not with the riding stable right there. Let me look at something. Yeah, no, I don't want to put it that close to the pollution. Huh. Then we have this vertical farm. And then what's this? That's the Elizabeth residence. Okay, so let's try something. We're gonna do a little bit of a shuffle here. I'm gonna move the vertical farm over here for just a moment. I know they're terribly unhappy about that. They loved their vertical farm. They're gonna get it back. But first, I gotta actually have things where I can where it'll work. I'm gonna move the vertical farm over here. Some people didn't like that. Now let's see if we can actually make the track happen. Let's do an upgrade so that we can make the track happen. There. I know. They're a beautiful neighborhood. There. And that will be what we call a mandatory stop because the track's not going to go through here. See, I kind of want to make that work somehow. The physics of this are the physics here are a little bit questionable. But right now there's nothing on this land, so I can make this do whatever I want. Now the issue is making this... Okay, I'm going to move it. Just a little bit. Okay, that I think I can live with. Alright. And then, of course... And of course we've got that. There. Okay. And that brings us through this strange route. Through, and that is a complete circuit. Excellent, excellent. Now we just need to deal with the side bits. The internal bits. Sort of figure out where we want to drop everything. We're getting there. I think we're getting there. just so much track construction. Oh god. Lots of track construction, I'm noting. But these, people in these neighborhoods at least have a way in and out now. Or a new way in and out. Okay, here they can hop on, and let's see. Where else? I plonked a station down there, and I think I plonked a station over here. Did I not? I did. Okay. All right. Now I just have to figure out what it all means. So, I think I can build another line through here. And I realize that sort of undoes some of the bicycle paths, unfortunately, but... Sacrifice! It's like, how badly do we want a monorail? So this is about to come out here, and I've got to decide... what all I want to connect it to. I could put it in this little area. Like I kind of was thinking of doing a while ago. Assuming I can make the track do what I want the track to do. And then I can make it swoop up sort of through here, and then I can try to find a way to connect it up there. That might be not too... that might not be too terrible. As we sit here gazing down upon this very strange monstrosity of a city. Yeah. The alternative is to try to make it come across the bridge here. Which the bridge already has problems, and I think I need to widen it. That I feel like is probably a solution here. Because, I mean, look at it. I mean, look at this. I kind of feel like I need to widen this road, too, but that'll have its own challenges. Like people needing places to live. Yeah, it's a tricky thing here. So there's a lot of traffic here. I mean, 2 bus lines roll through. There's a lot that happens here in this little bit. And widening the road, of course, would mean destroying some of the stuff that I put here. So that's going to be a major project logistically. But let's see. It would kind of make sense. That said, yeah, this is the thing we need to figure out. Okay. Yeah, you know what, I'm just going for it. I think this, I can only think about this for so long. So, I'm gonna see, heavens help us, if I can upgrade these to the kinds of roads we need. I'm gonna save the game again before I try this. 61. We're not there yet. Gonna be eventually, maybe. So many things. Alright. Let me see if we can do this and if it retains its slope. Kinda does. This is amazing. Okay, we're doing it. Wow, alright. Okay. And there's just the issue of this. Alright. That seems to be working. Famous last words. Need a couple of ways in here. Slope too steep? Yeah. That's going to be a problem. And then I also have to figure out what way it's going to go from here. Oh, monorails! Okay. There's so much. There's so much. Where do we put them? We did have that thought of coming up through here. We did have that thought. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. You're gonna love this. This is the price of progress. Not quite how I'd imagined that. Let me try something else. For this bit. Not automatically doing it. It's kind of what we want to do, but it's not doing it. These cars hover in midair. There's going to be a slight problem here. There. Let me also make that a regular road. Hooray. Okay, less falling today. Huzzah. Oh, has the bus line been broken? The bus line's been broken. We'll fix that in a moment. Actually, let me look at that real quick. No. Oh, what happened? Wait a minute. Is it because of the type of road that I picked? Does it need to be a bog standard road like the rest of it? I guess so. Alright. Back to what we were doing. What were we doing? Heavens, who knows? Alright. We're figuring this out. Oh, now the bus line's having a problem here. I assume that's what's happening. Has the bus line been severed? There's an issue. There's an issue. Keep hitting B for bus, but it's not for bus, it's for transit. Something is amiss. Alright, I'll figure I can't figure that out right now. I'll figure that out in a bit. So this is going to go through here. Connect up, I guess. Connect up with that station. Well, at least I'm keeping it on the outskirts. How should we do this? Just run it up along the outside? I guess that's what we're doing. Now, yeah, there was a question of whether I was going to connect it up that way or not. Depending on how we are looking at this. What do we have over here? We have a public library. Dangerous to go. We have some stores. So yeah, our choice is either run it up along the outside and connect up there, or turn here and run it along to connect up over here. Which is not terrible. Aside from, the people living here, but, sacrifices must be made. Alright, let's do that. Progress! Don't you love the progress? Are you not a fan of progress? It's what you wanted. Did you not want your city to progress? I'm providing that. Progress you shall have. That's weird. Alright. Alright. Let's move it. So move it just a hair up this way. They get happier the further away it moves. Nope. Alright. A little further. Oh, that, you know, curve it like that and it works, apparently. Oh, that's because it's coming from around there. I see the problem. That is strange. And then that's not, yeah, it can't come from that direction. No. Alright. It is very strange that, okay, you know what? I'm turning off snapping for this one. There! That worked. And that's where it gets weird, because I can't quite do this the way that I'd be looking to otherwise. If I move it up, will that help? Grr. Okay. Am I getting at this the wrong way? I don't know. Let's try something. Huh, okay. Wait a minute. Space already occupied by what? Sunset Residence. Willow Residence. Go through the buildings. Alright. Let's see. Now, going through the buildings might be a problem. Laws of physics, you know. Destroy this road so that I can make this work. That might be a problem. Okay, I'm going to turn that back into an ordinary road. trying to figure out how to make this work. There's an issue of a slope. Okay. I'm just going to clear this all out so that I can see the problem. You're evicted! Okay. So all I'm getting is space already occupied, which I assume that's the road below. Because they lack vision. They cannot execute my vision. And then doing it over it isn't going to help. And this was as close as we could get in the first place. All right, let's double back again. There's probably a way to crack this nut. I just have to figure out what it is. It's called having the stop somewhere else. That may be the only way. You know. Maybe. Yay, though we still are figuring this out. Okay. I shall continue to bang my head against this wall. Distance too short, slope too steep. This station, man. Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try something else. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, if we put it over here, the problem is there's a public library there. We can't move that. Although, all right, let's try something. You go up here for a moment. You go over here to the other side, right? You move over here. Let's see how it does when it's on the other side of the street. See if it's easier to move it that way. Yes! Okay. And there kind of is an issue where we need to be able to, we need to be able to connect up that way too, so that we can, yeah, alright, that'll work. Because there's a thing coming. We just need to connect it up to this somehow. Space already occupied. That's because you're trying to do it like that. Oh, I see. I see. I get the picture. Alright. Okay, that's not going to do it. So close. So close. Alright. We will make this work. I'm going to make this work if it kills me. Okay. Let's hope it doesn't kill me, but you know. Sacrifices must be made for the greater good. Also, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this because we know it's coming. Funny what it considers already occupied. Okay. There. It's a strange jumble of tracks, but there it is. Let me see if I can get this back going this way, though. Yes! Success! Success! That took a lot out of me. Okay. Alright, that worked. It's a massive jumble, and this bus line is still broken in some strange way that I haven't figured out yet, but still, at least we know. We have kind of a sense where we're headed. Okay. Alright, that's better. Yay. Okay. Now that we've done that, I'm going to do that other thing I've been meaning to do, where I continue ruining the bridges. Progress. Is it not beautiful? This is doing nothing for this traffic problem, of course. That was an issue that I was going to hopefully solve, and I did not. Was there a thing I was going to... Oh yeah, and then we still have to connect it to this one. I have no idea how to build a city. Okay. Right, yes, city building. It seemed like a good idea at the time. There's no way. There's no way. This is not going to work. There's no way to make this work. How are we even contemplating it? So we turned it and then we moved up this way and we completely ignored this traffic problem in doing so. So actually, yeah, let me fix that. We can make this work differently. It'll be fine. Will it? Sure it will. We're just gonna knock over some things. We're gonna make it work. That'll hopefully help. At least a little bit. They've got now more lanes they can play with. Can tell them kind of where to go. That said, of course, we still need to figure that out, but we'll figure that out. My brain burned out for a moment. So I just have to decide if I want to hop to the right or to the left in turning this up this way, right? That's really what this is all about. If we have like a grander curve that we follow, say, we could bring it in that way. We could make that work. Okay. Very decent number of cars over here. A lot of traffic. It's not too bad, though. Alright. So, like, if we join this line, there's not going to be any... Okay, having just messed with that a bunch, I know there's absolutely no realistic way we're going to be able to get that station to work. It's just not going to happen. What I think I'm going to do instead, loath though I am to do it, I think we're going to... Yeah. I think this is the only way. I'm going to run it parallel. I think that's probably how we're going to do it. I mean, so like... They've got to get on and off, right? And the idea was this was for this district. So they can actually have ready access to the headquarters and the intelligence agency and various residences. So I can't put it that these blocks are too narrow for me to put this station in one of them, right? And there's probably not enough space if I want to do it like that. And interesting though that would be. Though, you know, we'll, we'll take a look. Why don't we? Sure, let's do that. There are a bunch of businesses here that aren't doing too well, so let's see. If I wanted to move this somewhere, I feel like I cannot build them. I could put it here. I could put it down here, where a lot of these homes are, and kind of make that a thing. I mean, it'd work. It wouldn't be as easy for folks in this area, but it at least would give us something, right? Now that assumes I can cross over these lanes. But, you know, nothing ventured. Can't break an omelet, etc., etc. You can't break an omelet? What the hell am I saying? I don't know anymore. Alright, let's do it. So we've got to... You kind of got to split it, really. If we want to make it possible to get from here, like, up there. Alright. So, more rail building. So much monorail. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Yeah, let's go the other direction for a minute. And we kind of get this already occupied thing, regardless of where we go with it, I would assume. Even if we were to do like that, right? Yeah. You might not be able to send the monorail everywhere. It just might not be possible. Still might get it across the river. Might not be doable. Might have to do it differently. Which we could do. Alright. How to build a monorail in 5 million easy steps. Alright. Alright. Actually, let's keep the 6-lane thing going. I know why I went to 4-lane there. There. Alright. So let's assume for the moment we go down this way. I don't know if this will even be possible. Maybe it will be. Who knows? It is from here. Okay, yeah, I think I know how to do this. And then there's a trick involved. Okay, yeah, alright. I think I figured out that trick. Okay, alright. I kind of want to put a station over here. Because I can't stop myself. We'll see if that works. Everyone was happy about that. They love their monorail stations. Really, they do. Okay. There's no way to win with this. Let me go ahead and actually do a curve here. So we bring that through there, and that works. There it is. See, that connected. Okay, good. And then the tricky part involves getting it over here. But there are a couple ways we can handle this. We're going to, I mean, unless I want to do it from here also, where we swoop upward and go around here. I think we're just going to do it through here. It's going to be easier that way. All right. So, first off, the... It's like, so many things! We're gonna, yeah. We're gonna up the slope here. Man, I hope this works. What am I doing? Alright. Okay, we're hitting lanes here. Let me see. Can I go higher? I cannot go higher. Wait. That worked for a second. Alright. That seems to be working. I have no idea how that worked, but I'll take it. I have to curve this one. Maybe not quite that curve. Okay, that seems to work. Alright, so now we have the rail going in both directions. Good. Alright, now we just have to figure out if we can make this work. There are places here where it turns blue. That's the one. Let's hope this doesn't actually interfere with the boats. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. We're close. We're very close. Now the trick is, from here, and I think this is probably the last station we have to do anything with. Oh man. So from here, we need to connect it up to these, in these directions. That won't be a problem. Because we're just going to do that, and then I guess that'll do it. Okay. Good, good. And then that goes both ways. Okay. Alright. I think we're good? I think we have an infrastructure now for this monstrosity that I went mad and decided to start building last time. Wow. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to leave that spur there in case I need it for something else later. Alright. Okay. Alright. Good. Good. I'm going to save the game again. That was exhausting. Yay! Oh, man. I just need a second. That was a lot. That was so much. That was a lot of things all at once. Wow. Okay. All right. Now you know what the sad part is. Now I actually have to put in a route. Click on monorail stops connected to tracks to each other to choose in which order they're visited. A line must be circular. Hopefully that'll be easier now that everything's laid down. Alright, so let me just see here. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can do this. We can do this. We got this. Either that, or I can take a quick break and build a park. Wow. Okay. That was so much. That was so much. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take a break for just a minute. Just a few minutes. Just a few brief minutes, and I will be back shortly. Let me go ahead and reactivate. Where's the thing? Have I reactivated the thing? I have not reactivated the thing. Let me find the thing. Let me find the thing that we would like to use here. And I'm gonna dive away for a few minutes so that I can calm myself. But I want to, and I'm gonna probably shortly get lunch started, but I'm not gonna be doing the consumption of said lunch until, you know, it's a process that takes like 30-45 minutes, so I'm gonna just back and forth it a little bit because I want to keep going. I'm not addicted, really I'm not. So let me go ahead and find the thing that I was looking for, which I'm going to put over here, and we will let me see here. I want the one that yeah. I mean, this will probably do it. This will probably do for what I'm looking for. Assuming my PC is actually not reached its limits, which would be a little terrifying. All right, we're just gonna leave it there. Okay, all right. I'll be back shortly. Let me go ahead and put that in. Be right back. Hey, how's it going? Is everyone doing all right? Are we okay? All right, let me take a look here. Where are we? Now, I want to see if the captions... Something's up with the captions. Ah, hang on. For some reason, it's decided it no longer has... Let me try that again. Testing? Ah, there we go. It went off. It's having trouble interpreting what I'm saying, but there we go. All right. Okay. Back to this. There will be a series of points now when I have to leap up and turn something over, but that'll be relatively quick. One hopes. Let's see how the experiment goes. Okay. We gotta put in a line. So... Oh boy. We're gonna connect these stations up with each other. I'm gonna create this line that goes from place to place. This city is lousy with transit. There's so much transit. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's getting power. Okay, that's good. And it's getting water. Alright. That's fine then. Let me go ahead and make sure everything's on the grid before we set up this line. Okay. Now, when I widened... Not this road. When I widened this bridge, did that help? Or are they still foundering? Well, I guess we'll know shortly. Alright. Well, we now have a system in place, and we're going to see if we can use it. Here we go. A transit line. A monorail line. I'm just going to start over here because it's on the left. So that's going to go there. Yep, here we go. So I guess we'll just do this the way I did it before, around the outside first, and then we'll see where everything else goes. I'm not going to have one line going everywhere. Oh, wait. There. And you're happy about that, aren't you? And back here. Alright, so that's one complete circuit. Which... I guess we're going to call that... Here we go. Outer. This is the outer line. I guess it goes in both directions. 10 stops. And, now I gotta figure out what I want the other routes to be and how I want things to go. Alright. Yeah. It's going to be... If we could only have the sort of trains we have in Invisible Sun, that would be great, yeah. So for my next trick, I'm going to start from over here again. Create a new line. That's going to go through here. Now, even before we do much else, line 2 I'm going to change the color of so that I can distinguish them. Yes, that's better. Alright, so it's going to come through here, and through there, and let's see. Yeah, I guess I want to do these as kind of like interlocking circles in a way. Yeah. Because this one will just come back up and I'm pretty sure. Is that how that goes? Wait. No, it's got to go through there anyway, so next over here. And then back through here. And back down around here. So that's going to be that line. Assuming we can get the trains to, you know, not all use the track at once. I am sure they'll figure it out. Famous last words. But then we need a point of departure that will get us into these other places, right? Things that intersect other things. Okay. So. We have a line that comes up this way. We have a rail line that comes up this way. So. Yeah, logically speaking. We're gonna do another line from here. Stop up here. And what's the let's see what that one is. Line number 3. We're gonna make line number 3 more of an orange. Brighter orange. And then it's going to go here, I think. Is that how we're doing it? Yes. So we've got here to here. See, how do we want to wrap this one around? We could wrap it around the right-hand side, I think. That might be good. So that'll go around here. And then down here. And does it connect? Not without going arse to elbow. Yeah, there's no way to actually connect to get quickly from one of these to the other within this town. Not that I figure people will, you know, if they're doing transit that way, it's not going to be that much of a big deal. Who knows? So how do we handle it? We can't. We ended up just, you know, the train reverses, I guess. I didn't think about that. You can actually just put the thing in and then reverse the train, but it just comes back out and runs straight through to back to the beginning. Okay, we've got our first things going on over there. Let me see. because it'll go through and around here if we want to go that far, but I don't know if we want to go that far. Let's see. How badly do we want this to work? In this fashion. If we want to be terrible about it, we can just send it up through here. Past this university. It's not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. He says sacrificing more of his principles. Do that. Okay. And kind of destroy that, which we shouldn't have done because because we could have just changed the type of road. And so we will just do that. Get that back. There we go. Okay. That works. That works. Hello. Yes, these are monorail stations. I'm figuring things out in some terrifying way. And I'm just putting the last of the stops. So we're gonna add a stop here now that we can do that, and there we go. Okay. It's working, I think. I'm going to stare at that. I'm going to let folks contemplate that for a little bit. And I will be right back. Just I got to flip the thing over. Hang on. Stand by. Okay. Okay, I've got about a dozen minutes or so to before I'm going to get interrupted again. Let's see. Okay, I have no idea how this will work, or if it'll work, but I hope it does work. There was effort put into all of this. Way more effort than I intended. So I desperately want to see if it works. I think we used all the stations we placed. I hope we did. Pretty sure we did. Yeah. Did we not have it go up and... Oh, we didn't. Okay. See, there's a line here, but it just sort of goes through and doesn't do much of anything. Let's make sure we have everything going here. So we got 3 lines so far. I guess we'll do another one that just sort of goes around and through this area. Because we have something coming up to it, but we didn't. I'm not sure what we did. All right. So we could have a sort of an odd little metro thing over here, which I think might be cool. Oh, that's right. We can't go down that way, can we? Not without going around. How strange. That's right. It doesn't connect in that way, does it? Is there a way we can make it connect that way? There might be. Gotta figure out the right spot. Yeah, that could work. Alright. Let's see. Because then that can come through and back up this way. This is so strange. Okay. Where was I? What was I doing? I'm lost. Okay, where are the broken ends? The broken ends are here. What line am I playing with here? Right, I'm going from here to over here. I think. Let me color code this again properly so that I don't grab the wrong one. Green! We'll go green for this one. There. There, that works. And then we move it back up there to complete the line. Good. Okay. It's got to slow down a bit, unfortunately. Alright. We have this green. It goes back and forth between these. And then we'll try a one of those for over here. If we need it. I mean, I don't know if we need it per se. We need something that goes directly up. That was kind of the point, I guess, of the green one, right? Yeah. It goes up that way. Yeah, and that actually is the way that line is built. I don't have a way up from there. So unless I want to readjust it so that it reformat this so that it'll go up from both directions, which I guess I could do. I wanted like a right-hand line that just does that short distance. I mean, we could try it. We could try it. Why not? I have every confidence in you, Jim. Yay, good. Okay, great. We'll give it a shot. Alright, here we go. So we just got to change this one, which is not going to mess with anything at all, except what it does. Let's see if that messes everything up. That changes nothing. At least on that front it does. Because yeah, I can't make the thing do the other thing. Yeah, no, that's not going to work out. All right, fine. We don't have to have that. We didn't want that anyway. All right, yeah, he said, justifying it to himself. You know, like, unless you want to like turn more of this into it or something, then I don't think we can make that work, and I don't want to subject it to all that. All right. Now let's see if that little deletion and addition changed the lines at all. I hope it didn't. Kinda did. Wait, let me make sure I'm looking at the right ones here. Let me turn off the buses for a second so that I can see the monorail lines. And we're just taking a weird route to do it. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It's just like you got to go through and then change trains to get up there. Which isn't the worst thing in the world. All right, I think this will be okay. Park maintenance. I would like parks. All right. Probably not going to be able to do it this time around, though I would like to start it if I have but a moment. Mighty monorails are here! Hooray for the first line in the city! First monorail, hooray. Oh boy. I have no idea how this is going to go. But I would like to see if it works. So this is our view of things now that we have the line in. Oh, train! No, the trains are in service. Monorail trains are in service, so we've got something anyway. You can see them moving about. I can't really control this camera. This is just a cinematic thing where it just takes slices of the city, but we see it going there. That's cool. The site of many potential crashes. That's delightful. Hooks! All these tracks moving across the river haphazardly. Yay! And it seems to be working out. That's good. At least relatively. Okay. I'm gonna pull out of that view. Let's see how much we pissed everyone off. That's not terrible. New study by a scientist finds that trees and sound barriers reduce the... Yeah, that's been kind of the point for why I've been throwing down so many trees. Let's see how our sound issue goes. I just heard it happen again. I need to go deal with that in a second. But, you know, it's not horrible. It's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's going to mess up people, you know, living here and here and what have you, but, you know, living near the stations. But actually, the lines themselves aren't looking that troubling here. So that's something. So that is good. This is the noise central over here. But we seem to be doing okay. Seems to be doing okay. That's good. All right. That's good. So, that being the case, I hear it beeping at me again. I'm gonna run out of time. And we have businesses cropping up because, of course they are. All of our demands are now very low because of what we just pulled off here. But we'll figure it out. The Eco Center. A commercial green building. Yay. Okay. So, we're gonna take... Ah! People need water, apparently. There are people moving in over there. Let's get them some water. I'm just gonna run a water line up. Oh, good lord. I'm seeing there are issues now with running water lines. You can't run them everywhere, apparently. That's interesting. So we're gonna have to deal with that if that becomes a thing where well, can't build right there. But we at least are gonna have housing. You know, if we have housing here, then they can deal with that. Okay. So now they shall have water. Hopefully they have electricity. They do. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, I'm running out of time. I'm gonna start a thing. Eco this and eco that. What's all the fuss about some global warming? Yeah. Yeah. Might want a planet to live on later, I guess. Might be helpful. I don't know. All right. One moment. Let me take care of this. Okay. We got just a few minutes left here. Where I want to just get in very briefly the start of what I want to do up here, because this is going to be hopefully kind of cool. So I want to make a park up here. So I want to start putting one in. I'm not gonna do much. I'm just gonna make an entrance, I think, and then I need to put a little road out here, and figure out kind of how I'm getting in and out on this side of it. But I think in general, things that are good. One of the good things about this game is if you change your mind about something, you can fix it later, or try to fix it later. So we're gonna have a little side road coming off of this that will help serve as kind of our entrance here. Let me actually look and make sure I even know what I am doing. Which, of course, yeah, hard to say. There's a lot you can do with the various park functions. Park maintenance. That's a maintenance building. Props. Nature reserve. That's a nature reserve path. Path decorations. City park. Park path. Park fence. Tourism and leisure. Alright. And that's the same stuff we had for the most part. Other parks. Plazas. You gotta find the park entrance. There's a thing, right? That's the biodome. We don't need that. Park maintenance building is a facility where park maintenance vehicles are stored and maintained. The park maintenance vehicles travel around the city to boost the parks, increasing their entertainment value and radius. I don't actually have any of these buildings available yet, because I have to gotta make it work. I think I have to zone for it more than anything else. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me zone it first. So right now we have it at medium brush. Use the medium brush. I don't know how far down we're going to make it go. I guess we could zone the park as being all the way over here. When you have a park area, check out the park items that are available. Buildings and decorations placed inside the park area attract more visitors to your park. Ah. Oh no. Hawthorne Hill. Excellent. Because it is a hill. It's going to be all this area inside this, inside the road here. I'll fine-tune that a little bit. So that the road can be good. Oh, cool. Alright, yeah. I actually run this along the road in a way that it will force it so that I can make that work. Good, good. Okay. So there we have it. Hawthorne Hill. It's down there. Paint in a little bit more. kind of where that starts, right? And, yeah. We'll see how the noise happens. I don't know what the noise levels are for parks like this. Also, I'm a little wary of having it come all the way down here now that I'm thinking about it, because that's an entirely different thing here. Yeah, this... I'm not sure what I want to do with this little area back here. Let me actually... Let me... Yeah, let's not do that with this part of it. Yeah, okay. There. Alright. So, Hawthorne Hill. And so we need a little road coming off of this. Putting a bicycle lane in there is probably not going to do much. A gravel road, though, would be fun. We'll just do a regular paved road with grass. With trees? We'll put in trees. Alright. And this'll create our this'll be sort of where you come in, where you drive in. And then we're going to, I think we're going to put down a park entrance if we can figure out how. It's not, is it a unique building? No, it's not a unique building. Here we go. Park main gate. Small park main gate. Let me figure this out, right? It's gonna be a little tricky because of the elevation here. This is kind of where we're trying to head it. I'm not great with roadways. I only just sort of try to make it, you know, not look terrible. That's pretty much all I've got. Just trying to make it not look terrible. All right. Let me see if that helps. Was it landscaping? No, it was this. Park main gate. Yeah, that was not a great angle for it. Alright, I'm just going to try to plonk it down there and hope that something happens. Congratulations! Hawthorne Hill has reached level 1. The following buildings have been unlocked. Park Side Gate, Park Plaza, Park Info Booth, Park Restrooms, Park Cafe. Excellent. One sec. This is when the time comes to turn off the oven. Alright. I have to go in a sec. So we're not really going to be building the park fully right now. But we've got a park up there. Okay. Alright. So this is how they get into the park. Right? Let me see if I can make this work. I want to build a cable car to get us up there. And so, end of line cable car stop. One will be down here. Might need to actually have it closer in for a couple of reasons. because how close that is to the train there. We'll see how that works. I may need to have it facing another direction for all I know. And right now I'm just gonna put the other end of the line up here. Alright. Can I connect them? Cables. Cables cannot make sharp turns. In order to keep passengers safe and happy, build them with gentle curves and small angles. Alright, here we go. That's an invalid shape, apparently. You gotta cross the hill. Oh, I see. It actually has to be directly. Okay, well in that case, let's move that again. Let's try that again. There we go. That's not going to collide with the train, is it? No, of course not. There we go. We now have a cable car going from place to place up the hill. And so they can get off and then get off there and then go into the park, I hope. There's just one tiny problem that I'm noticing. And that's that there's a bit of a plunge that seems to happen. We might want to... I kind of wanted them to be able to just go down this hill, you know? So... might need to make a slight adjustment. I might actually want to swap these two. Let's do that. I need to destroy it so that I can actually make this work. Let's see. The thing is, I want to be able to make it so that the road is, yeah, I need them to be able to make this work. All right. There. All right, that's fairly straight. Yeah, that's better. That's a little bit better. And there's still going to be, you know, sloping roads involved here, but might not be quite as strange. I do need to change the angle, however. It's going to be here instead. Midsummer. I've not actually seen that. I have heard about it. Now, let me go ahead and start over with that. Let's get these cables going. Okay, there we are. Here we have it. We have a little line. It's going to go from one to the other. And they can hop off the line and go into the park. Which, right now, there's not much that I've set up in the park, but it's at least, you know, at least a thing there. I've got access now to these other things for the park, which is great. The park maintenance building, that was a bunch of things I can put in there, which I will look at in more detail next time. That maintenance building. Now we're going to need to have one. Nature Reserve main gate. Oh, it's a different kind of gate. The main gate connects the park area to the road network for easier access. The main gate also allows tickets to be sold. Park. It's a nature. This is a nature reserve, which is why this is weird. Ah. City Park main gate versus Nature Reserve main gate. Okay. It's an entirely different thing. Well, we can't have that then. Hang on. My bulldozer appears to be having some problems. Ah, I need to get out of the underground. I'm in the underground. Alright. There we go. Yeah, because we haven't had any progression there yet. It's a different type. It's not a city park, it's a nature reserve. There! That's different. Hawthorne Brook, it's changed. It's reached level 1. The following buildings have been unlocked. Nature Reserve, side gate, tent, campfire, campfire. There we go, that's more what we're looking for. I thought it was a little weird there. It's like, plazas, what the hell? So that is how we get there. So we'll have the entrance there, and then we'll people can drive in, or they just get there, and then they head down. There will be a problem of electricity. A beautiful gate for a great park. The gate you have placed allows you to collect entrance fees from visitors. Click on the gate to see more information about your park and adjust ticket prices. I don't know if I'm going to collect fees. Cable cars, what a wonderful invention. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Now, they are going to need power and water, so that's kind of a thing that I will need to address. But I think I'm going to leave that for future me. That's probably going to be the issue there. Because, you know, we can get them up there, but then they need to be able to roam about and do stuff. I think this will be cool. Yeah, I think this will work. This will work out, because this is mostly they're going to be down on this side of the mountain. They could go this side of the mountain, but it's a bit steeper. That side of the hill. You see how far away from the network we are here. Yeah, that's not too bad. I can just do this. There. So they've got water. And power is going to be another issue. As there's a certain amount of noise pollution. Well, what's this? Solar power? Wonder if I just set it across the street. Geothermal. Another solar updraft tower. Oh, it's out of the city limits. Slope too steep. Slope too steep, slope too steep. You can't have it! We'd have to do a tower, maybe. Slope too steep. Alright. Not that I really want it. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the turbine. If I put it across the street, will that be enough? It will. Excellent. There. Okay, it's set, and we've already got cable cars moving back and forth. Look at that. Look at that. Glorious. Excellent. I presume this is getting electricity? It is. Good. Okay. Great. That's going to be very cool. We will deal with the specifics of people coming in and actually visiting the park next time. We're gonna make some trails down here, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But for now, we are saving the game because we got to do lunch. All right. Save. Packaging. It's the first time I saw that little word packaging showed up over there. All right. We're back to the main menu. Wharf. Okay. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. My PC is struggling a little bit. I need to check on that. All right. Well, that's that. Thank you for joining me on this this unusual day for it, but I figured I'd just go ahead and dive in and play around with it for a while because I wanted desperately to. I'm very excited about coming back and working on the park. I think it's going to be very cool. The nature reserve. Glad we finally get the monorail working. That took a lot out of me, that monorail. There was so much monorail. There was more monorail there than I ever expected there to be. But there it is. So yes, what's happening? What is happening anywhere? So today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday we are going to have our season finale, hopefully, of Urban Shadows that evening. That's Lex Talionis is the name of that campaign that we're having on Tuesday evenings. On Wednesday, I will be doing more City of Skylines as we proceed. That's the plan currently, anyway. Assuming I don't crazy. I can't even speak anymore. Assuming I don't go crazy and actually try to do more between now and then. You never know. But today is Sunday, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, right. What is the calendar? What is time? I don't even know. Wednesday night we have our Scum and Villainy campaign. I believe. No, we don't actually. Not this coming week. This coming week we're off from Scum and Villainy, but we'll be coming back the following week. And then Fridays typically is when I do Torment Tides of Numenera, and that's mostly what's happening right now. As I keep saying, more stuff is coming. It's just taking a little time. And but I'm expecting. So in June, mid-June is when we have some stuff starting up again that I will be very excited to announce soon. Sometime in June is when I'm making a guest appearance on a thing I can't talk about yet. Probably in June. Can't say much about it except it's going to be on a Friday. And that's it for right now, but look out for more stuff in the near future because things are going on. And so something's probably also maybe going to be announced shortly. We'll see. But this has been a lot of fun, very relaxing, and I have enjoyed it a great deal. Thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. But for now, take care, and I will see you all of a sudden.